What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw 4 TV, aka Darth Apocalypse. So, in this particular video, I want to remind and shout out to the brother Harvey for sending me this information. And look, we all know that Michael Jordan boasts the highest scoring average in NBA history when it comes to both regular season and postseason. And with Michael, it wasn't just that he scored just to score, but he scored points that were uh, purposeful, meaningful, impactful. Perhaps is the best word to describe it. In particular, he did his scoring against teams when it mattered. He wasn't a stat patter like James Harden or LeBron James toward the end of his career when, you know, LeBron and James Harden, but particularly LeBron now, he often pads his stats in crunch time when, or garbage time, I should say, when the games have already been decided, or he pads his points against bad teams. Meanwhile, he ducks the best competition. I mean, how many times when you look at the games he missed this year, most of them were against top five to top teams in the NBA. Whereas Michael Jordan, when you look at most of his 50-point games, when you look at the fact that he has more 50-point games in the playoffs, eight, than the second person on the list, which is Wilt Chamberlain with four, twice as many. When you look at the 31 career regular season games in which he scored 50 or more, most of them, 22 of them, came against, or 23, I forget the exact total, but it's 22 or 23, have come against top 10 rated defenses. This is a man that did not go out there and just target bad teams. When you think of most of his great games, the 63-point game, the 69-point game, the 55-point game, the 54-point playoff game, the 55-point playoff games, they all came against good to great teams. Within those games, he was at his best when it mattered the most in crunch time. Did you know Michael Jordan never went scoreless in the fourth quarter of any NBA game he played in, regular season or playoffs? He never went scoreless when it mattered. Meanwhile, LeBron James, the so called all time leading scorer, has gone scoreless in the fourth quarter 37 times in his career, 14 times in the playoffs, and even once in the NBA Finals. So, this guy who's supposedly one of the great shooters in NBA history, according to Fraudulent Bleacher Report, man, this guy, who they call the 36th greatest shooter of all time, this guy, many times in his career, has gone scoreless when it mattered most, which is very, very interesting to me. I'm pretty sure that in most of those instances when he went scoreless, it was against the top tier teams in the NBA who could effectively scheme against him by preventing him from driving, you know, preventing him from going into the paint, and making him or forcing him to be a jump shooter. And we've seen that a lot of times this guy cannot score unless he gets favorable calls, unless he's getting to the foul line, phantom foul calls, or if he's essentially getting, you know, unencumbered or uncontested drives to the basket. Jordan, on the other hand, had to play in an era where you had real shot blockers. You had guys like Mourning and Mark Eaton and Manute Bowl and Matumbo and, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Olajuwon. You had real shot blockers out there. Great individual one-on-one defenders. Defensive specialists. Guys whose jobs were to be on teams and actually stop the top tier players, or at least to the best of their ability. These guys earn paychecks for their defense. And yet Michael Jordan never went scoreless in an NBA game and never went scoreless in a fourth quarter. That's an amazing stat when you think of the fact that this guy played in 1,072 regular season games and 179 playoff games. He never went scoreless in the fourth quarter. So, yes, there's levels to this. And this is another reason why this guy on the left is not the GOAT. Because how do you stop somebody 37 times in the fourth quarter in their career? How many times have we seen LeBron? Oh, he's amazing. Oh, this guy, the first three quarters before the opposing team, and the coach really scheme against him. Oh, he has 23 or 25 points and 8 rebounds, 9 assists. He's, on pace for a 35-point game. And then he finishes the game with 25 points because he didn't score in the fourth quarter. Or he had 37 points through three quarters and he finished with 37 because they shut his ass down in the fourth quarter. Or even in quarters when he does score in the fourth, games we scored in the fourth quarter, he's shut down effectively. I mean, we saw that in the 2011 NBA Finals, which is, I believe, the series in which he did go scoreless in the fourth quarter. Do you really think that Michael Jordan against Dirk Nowitzki and that Mavericks team would have went scoreless in a quarter against J.J. Barrera and Jason Terry? Do we really believe that Michael Jordan would have only averaged 17.8 points per game against that Mavericks team, which was only average defensively? And only 15 the last three? Come on, man. This whole thing is just laughable. Let me tell you guys.